Yes mate, how's it going, and welcome back to another post-match reaction video. Today we're here to talk about Man City's loss against Chelsea. Now, going into this game, I was thinking of doing a post-match video, but I just couldn't be bothered. To tell you the honest truth, I really just couldn't be bothered. But my thoughts of going into it just before the game is that I had a feeling that Frank Lampard would give us a difficult game. He's just how much of a clever bloke he is, clever manager, player he was for the Premier League. I thought, yeah, this is going to be a tricky one. With our form just slipping, he's going to give us a good game. I was sort of expecting us to get a 2-1 win ourselves, and it just didn't turn out that way. It just went the opposite way altogether, with Chelsea getting the 2-1 win. I did watch the full game, full 90 minutes, and it was a weird old lineup. Let's put it that way. That we was going with. It was going with a false 9 with Bernardo Silva up front. Of course, Aguero did pick up his knock against Burnley. Phil Foden wasn't playing, so he was. I believe I read somewhere that he also picked up an injury as well, a little knock. So they weren't playing together or on the pitch, in fact, or even on the bench. In the lineups, it did seem somewhat solid. I mean, our midfield was pretty decent. Attacking wise, there wasn't really much going forward for us, to be honest. We did have good possession. We were trying to knock the ball about quite a bit, but it didn't really result in that much happening for us, much of an advantage for us. Of course, with the first goal, there was a mixed match of communication between Benjamin Mendy and Ilkay Gundogan. It was just Benjamin Mendy. He could have just held the ball and just kept within, just stood off his man from Pulisic, and it just wasn't meant to be, and he just went on and scored. And I don't know, Benjamin Mendy, it's been a bit of a weird one. I mean, yes, he must have had a bit of a mental blow to him, being injured and everything, just trying to bounce back from that. But still, it just wasn't really good enough. It just wasn't really what a lot of City fans would have really expected to see. He said he wants to give his best in this season, just try and bounce back. It really just hasn't really gone particularly too well to him. The free kick from De Bruyne, absolutely fantastic. It was just literally the ball went up like twice the size of the goal and just dipped down perfectly, just pinpoint, just clinical Kevin De Bruyne. And to be honest, this game and KDB has just summed up our season. We just struggling going forward at times. I mean, there is times where we scored many goals, particularly in our Watford game. Defensively, we just can make all sorts of excuses. Well, it might sound like I'm making excuses, but ever since Kompany's left and we haven't really found a replacement or even bothered to get a replacement, we just have been struggling in the back. There's no two other ways about it. We just have been, and we have been found out by it. Liverpool, they just have been more solid than us, I'd say, even though there has been times where I thought VAR was a little bit controversial, but it's been controversial ever since it did arrive in the first place. But Liverpool, I'm not taking that away from them. They just have been brilliant. They just have been brilliant. Not just this season, but last season as well. In 2 seasons, they've only lost 2 games. That's a ridiculous statistic, and Klopp's just done amazing work. And I did have the suspicion coming from their Champions League winning season, going into the Premier League, I did feel as though they look like contenders to win it. Let alone last season, but this season they look like they were just going to go all the way, and they did in fact. And with this loss, they won it, the Premier League, the earliest, I believe it is. They won it 7 matches to spare. The record was held by Man United, who won it with 5 matches to spare, and then us were like 4 or 3 matches. I can't remember what it was. But the challenge, but Fernandinho, for him to be sent off, it was just before that with Kyle Walker when he made his good goal line clearance. He does that quite, I'll say consistently. He does pull that out of the bag, a few bag of tricks for Kyle Walker. That's one way of putting it. He does provide that at times. In the Community Shield, he did do that against Liverpool, cleared it off the line. He's done it again against Chelsea, cleared it off the line. But Fernandinho it was just all like a split-second sort of scenario that was in fact happening. And there wasn't really too much. I mean, if you just think about how quick it all happened, like just watching it before the replays, I just looked at it like, what's happening? What is going on with the shot from Tammy Abraham? But still, Fernandinho, in a split second like that, you just do what you gotta do. But it just wasn't really good enough. It just was not really good enough at all. Mentioning again with Liverpool, like I said, I can all bring up the controversies with VAR, but honestly, congrats to them. congrats to them. There's so many seasons more to come along. And, I mean, if we don't sort out our defensive problems, if we don't get in a replacement for Leroy Sané, or even buying some player who won't be as injured as much as Sergio Aguero or Gabriel Jesus, we will struggle again, and Liverpool could easily go and get back-to-back titles. It does make you wonder as well, what if, like, 'cause I did see this one time on the Kickoff YouTube channel, what it would be like if Liverpool did not have Van Dijk in the team, how much they would struggle. I'm not going to say, I'll leave you that to debate. I mean, in my opinion, I feel as though they would challenge for the title still, but it would just go right down to the wire, just like last season. But still, Liverpool, they've done well. They have done very, very well. I mean, the officials, you can't be that good in getting a 23 points margin with the officials' help altogether, if that makes sense. If you catch my drift there, yeah, they've done really well this season. And to be honest, what I really do hope out of all of this is that eventually, hopefully, whenever, this will be the start of like a part 2 or a volume 2 of a Fergie Wenger sort of era where they were just continuous rivals for like the next 5, 10, 15 years. Who knows if that'll be the same for us and how long Pep will stay at the club. I hope he'll stay along for a while. That's something I would like to see as a outcome from this, because I feel as though that would be really, really fun, really entertaining. Of course, looking forward, we do have the FA Cup and the Champions League. FA Cup, and Champions League, we're both strong contenders for both of them. Well, people always say that about Champions League, but it just seems to be a lot to be desired for that competition. But just looking ahead actually at the FA Cup forecast, this is done by OneFootball. Manchester clubs to advance and an Arsenal upset. So let's just have a look at the quarter-final of the FA Cup and just giving a little summary there. So game of the weekend, that's titled as, for Leicester vs Chelsea. Easiest win, Man United to beat Norwich. Potential upset, Arsenal at Sheffield United. And keep an eye on for Newcastle United versus Manchester City. I feel as though that one, with us going against Newcastle United, it's going to be a tough game, particularly with how we were against them in the Premier League in our 2-2 draw, and just how much hard working Kevin De Bruyne is. Honestly, he'll be such a wasted player if we don't overturn our ban of the Champions League for the next 2 years. He will be wasted. If we go ahead and get back-to-back titles, he probably won't, but still, as just as a player in general, he is someone who hands down deserves the Champions League title. In my opinion, I'd say he is the best midfielder in the world. He's just got all of it. All the skills, the passing, his vision is just ridiculous. Reads the game like the back of his hand. And also Guardiola's been improving him defensively as well a little bit. And also he's a tough, strong player with a brilliant engine on him as well. Just looking at the statistics though of the Chelsea-Man City game, we dominated in possession as we always do with 64%. Shots on target, Chelsea had 10 compared to our 2. Shots, they had 15, we had 11. Touches, we had about 360 more. Passes, we had about just under twice more. Tackles, clearances, Chelsea were better than us. We had more corners, less offsides. Yellow cards were the same. We had more red cards, of course, with Fernandinho being sent off. And fouls conceded. Chelsea had conceded 10 more fouls than we did, 13 compared to our 3. Out of all of this, there is one positive. Liverpool, with them being officially crowned as Premier League titles, they won't be coming to the Etihad Stadium and officially being sealed the deal title winners there. Of course, it did happen last night, so there's not that much embarrassment to have there. Did also see pictures of Anfield as well, looking all lit up, looking rather red. I wonder what the government will have to say to that with regards to social distancing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm just going to say about that indeed. You know, that's just where I'm going to leave it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, comment your thoughts as well. I don't know if I won't be watching them. Probably won't be watching the Man City game against Liverpool. I will watch it, but I just won't watch the Guard of Honour, whether it's on BT Sport or Pick TV or whatever. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. But until then, I'll see you lot in Abyssal.